It starts with a single click. An order placed at midnight, a box on your doorstep by morning. Amazon has perfected the art of convenience. But behind the smiling packages lies a darker reality. In Washington, officials allege Amazon built a monopoly empire that inflates prices, degrades quality, and stifles innovation. And all the while, hundreds of millions of us keep scrolling and buying, largely unaware of the human and societal costs. Tonight, we will peel back the layers of the world's largest online retailer and reveal the dark side of Amazon. The beating heart of Amazon's empire is its fulfillment centers. Cavernous warehouses where human workers and robots toil in tandem to hit dizzying shipping speeds. On the surface, it's a triumph of efficiency. But the steps onto the warehouse floor and another picture emerges. Grueling conditions, punishing quotas, and mounting injuries. The US government's own safety regulators found Amazon's warehouse injury rates are nearly double those of its competitors, and in one case 5 times higher. Workers describe being pushed to process 200+ packages an hour under constant digital surveillance, with write-ups if they fall behind. Consider a startling anecdote from an undercover reporter in an Amazon warehouse. In one aisle, a discarded Coca-Cola bottle filled with urine sat on a shelf, left by a worker too frightened to take a break. It wasn't an isolated act. A survey in the UK found 74% of Amazon workers feared using the bathroom during shifts, knowing even a few minutes off task could hurt their metrics. Amazon's internal systems track time off tasks, also known as TOT, and if you're idle beyond a very brief threshold, the system will automatically issue warnings and even termination notices without a supervisor's input. In a single warehouse in Baltimore, Amazon admitted it fired about 300 workers in just over a year for failing to meet productivity quotas. Over 10% of the facility's staff. Company-wide, that implies thousands of firings annually for workers who don't move packages fast enough. As one labor advocate put it, they're monitored and supervised by robots, seen as numbers on a dashboard rather than people. The result is a workplace culture that some employees compare to a low-security prison. Constant security scans, demerit points for lingering too long, and a cheerfully worded corporate slogan, "Work hard, have fun, make history," ringing hollow on the warehouse walls. Yet for all this, many warehouse workers earn low wages that historically left them struggling. Before Amazon begrudgingly raised its minimum wage in 2018, thousands of its full-time workers needed public assistance to get by. Amazon isn't just a retailer, it's a marketplace, a media studio, a cloud computing giant, a corporate octopus with tentacles in every corner of the economy. Its very nickname, the Everything Store, reflects its staggering breadth. But critics say Amazon hasn't just met consumer demand, it's bent the market to its will, crushing competition and steering the rules in its favor. In late 2023, the US Federal Trade Commission and 17 state attorneys general finally took a dramatic step. They sued Amazon for illegal, monopolistic practices. The complaint reads like an antitrust thriller. It alleges that Amazon uses a set of interlocking anti-competitive and unfair strategies to box out any would-be rivals and lock in its dominance. The bottom line, according to FTC Chair Lina Khan, Amazon is now exploiting its monopoly power to enrich itself while raising prices and degrading service for the tens of millions of American families and the hundreds of thousands of businesses that rely on its platform. What does this look like in practice? For one, Amazon controls access to its huge customer base through the Prime program, and it leverages that control ruthlessly. The lawsuit highlighted how Amazon punishes sellers who offer their products cheaper elsewhere. If a seller dares give a discount on another website, Amazon's algorithms will bury their listing so deep in search results that they virtually disappear. In effect, Amazon's dominance forces third-party merchants to raise their prices everywhere, keeping prices higher across the entire internet. Another tactic Amazon makes having the Prime badge, crucial for sales, contingent on using Amazon's own expensive fulfillment and delivery services. Sellers who might find cheaper shipping alternatives are faced with a bitter choice. Stick with Amazon's logistics to stay visible on Amazon's site, or risk losing the Prime label and watch their sales plummet. It's a pay-to-play scheme on a colossal scale. The casualty list of Amazon's rise is littered with once thriving businesses and industries. Between 2007 and 2017, as Amazon grew explosively, America lost 65,000 independent retail stores. Entire sectors have been hollowed out. About 40% of all small toy, hobby, and sporting goods manufacturers disappeared, along with 1/3 of small book publishers. Many of these entrepreneurs didn't fail in a vacuum. They were outmatched by Amazon's market power. Some were forced to become Amazon sellers to reach customers, only to find themselves at Amazon's mercy. Sellers who built successful niches on Amazon's marketplace often saw Amazon itself enter the fray. Internal teams mined sales data on popular third-party products and then launched Amazon's own knockoff versions. According to a House Antitrust Subcommittee investigation, Amazon has monopoly power over many small and medium-sized businesses, and it has spied on sellers' data to create competing products, giving those Amazon brand items preferential placement in search results. One chilling example: Amazon used data from a successful maker of car trunk organizers to produce a cheaper Amazon Basics clone, and the original business saw its sales plummet. As one founder put it, when you're small, someone bigger can always come and take away what you've done. Even large competitors aren't immune. Traditional retail giants like Walmart, Target watched Amazon seize the e-commerce crown and were forced into costly, late attempts to catch up. And Amazon's power extends beyond retail. Its cloud division, AWS, hosts massive swaths of the internet, from Netflix's streaming to the US government's databases. That gives Amazon further leverage and influence that few companies in history have ever had. In Amazon's view, everything it does is to serve the customer. Low prices, vast selection, fast delivery. Jeff Bezos frequently touted Amazon's customer obsession as the reason for its success. But the antitrust lawsuits and bipartisan calls to rein in big tech suggest that serving customers at all costs might have broken the system of fair competition. When competitors can't emerge and sellers are too afraid to leave Amazon's platform, consumers in the long run might face higher prices, fewer choices, and an unhealthy dependence on a single marketplace. Amazon's power isn't only about scale, it's also about information. The company sits atop one of the largest reservoirs of consumer data in history. Every search, every purchase, every Alexa query, every show we stream on Prime, it all funnels into Amazon's data vaults. With a burgeoning line of smart devices, Echo speakers, Ring cameras, Halo fitness bands, and more, Amazon has woven itself into the very fabric of our homes and lives. But what does it do with all that data? And what could it do? These questions have sparked growing unease about privacy and surveillance in the age of Amazon. Take Alexa, Amazon's virtual assistant. By 2019, tens of millions of people had an Echo listening in their homes. Amazon has long maintained that Alexa only actively listens after you say the wake word, Alexa. However, it's revealed that Amazon employs thousands of staff worldwide to listen to snippets of Alexa voice recordings. These workers in places like the US, Costa Rica, and India manually review audio clips to help train Alexa's speech recognition. Users were never clearly told that humans might listen in on their interactions. And while Amazon says this is to improve the service, it raises a chilling thought. Random Amazon employees could hear intimate moments captured by Alexa. In fact, some workers admitted they have heard things they shouldn't have, like private conversations, or even what sounded like a distressing incident. When they flagged it, Amazon told them it wasn't the company's role to intervene. The idea that your home assistant might eavesdrop and then shrug at potential crimes underscores how murky this new frontier of surveillance is. Then there's Ring, the video doorbell company Amazon owns. Ring cameras have proliferated in neighborhoods, capturing delivery drop-offs and doorstep visits. And controversially, feeding images into law enforcement networks. Amazon proudly partners with thousands of police departments, giving them a portal via the Neighbors app to request Ring footage from camera owners. But in 2022, a disclosure dropped a bombshell. Amazon had provided Ring camera recordings to police at least 11 times without the owner's knowledge or consent. The company cited emergencies as justification, but lawmakers and privacy advocates were alarmed. Senator Ed Markey, warned that it's becoming increasingly difficult for the public to move, assemble, and converse without being tracked and recorded. Jeff Bezos once described Amazon's mission as becoming the most customer-centric company in history, where people can find anything they want online. In achieving that, Amazon has also gained a profound form of cultural power. It shapes our expectations. Why wait a week for shipping when Amazon can do it in 2 days? Our consumer habits. Many of us instinctively search on Amazon first for a product, and even our norms around privacy and labor. Ordering something at midnight without a second thought as to who's packing it or what data trail we leave. Some have begun to ask, when a single corporation mediates such a huge portion of daily experience, are we as a society ceding too much control? The question now is, what will we do with this knowledge? As consumers, do we continue clicking buy now with blinders on, or do we demand better? From Amazon and from ourselves. As citizens, do we update our laws to check Amazon's power and protect workers, competitors, and communities? The dark side of Amazon invites us not to demonize innovation, but to reckon with its consequences. Amazon showed us a new way to live in the 21st century. Now we must decide what kind of future we want. One that reins in corporate dominance and insists on human value. Or one where we all live under the long shadow of the everything store. The choice, in many ways, is ours to make.